The story on mining in the Lower Zambezi National Park is one that has attracted the attention of many Zambians in recent years. With the protracted legal battle on appeal against mining in the park dismissed by the Court of Appeal, mining in the park is almost certain. Mwembeshe Resources Limited Managing Director Stephen Mikalile has told Diamond News that activity is expected to commence soon after the rain season is over.
We'll start this year. We are just waiting for the rains to go because the area is not accessible. So we need to do the road, start working on the road to get there.
So that could be maybe somewhere around July, August?
No, earlier than that, when the rains just stop.
Critics of the intended project have raised concerns over the disturbance of the ecosystem, but Mr. Mikalile says both wildlife and the natural environment will be safeguarded.
You know, most of the conditions, they are safety conditions, and they are very, they are stiff conditions, but they are safety conditions which will safeguard the wildlife, human beings, and the natural environment.
Mm-hmm.
So those will be taken, and we are using modern day technology, so those will be made.
For President Hakainde Hichilema, his position on mining in the area has not changed from that of his time in the opposition.
The president is just as frustrated as the rest of the public regarding this legacy issue. The president opposed this decision in opposition, and that this position has not changed. The president remains committed to protecting the natural resources of this country, which ultimately belong to the Zambian people. But at the same time, the president has always been a champion of constitutionalism, the separation of powers, and the rule of law.
And Golden Party Zambia President Jackson Silavwa, a former miner, is of the view that mining and tourism cannot coexist.
Doing open pit mining, which actually I've specialized in, is not small work. It's tedious work. It involves a lot of heavy duty equipment. Opening up the earth will involve a lot of explosives in the initial stages. It will involve moving very heavy vehicles to go and haul the ore to where they'll be dumping. It's tedious. And once the mining starts in the national park, I can assure my fellow countrymen and women that the typography of that area will completely change. It will never be the same again.
While it is on record that the decision over mining in Lower Zambezi has not been made by the current government, stakeholders are of the view that the UPND government has an opportunity to act in the interest of Zambians now, and as things stand, the buck stops at President Hichilema. Nchimyangandu, Diamond News.
It is a multi-million-dollar project which was meant to, among others, address the poor drainage system in Lusaka. The Lusaka Water Supply, Sanitation and Drainage Project was funded by the Millennium Challenge account to a tune of $355 million. 3 years after construction, the wall panels have collapsed. The stretch around Garden and Chilulu compounds has collapsed. Lusaka City Council Director Engineering Bright Banda says this raises questions on the workmanship, although they have not ascertained what has caused the wall panel to collapse.
There is a concern to us as the Lusaka City Council, and just like any other person, that rate causes a lot of questions. There is a lot of questions as to workmanship and other things. So what we resolved was we wait for the official report from Millennium Challenge Completion Agency. Once they share that report, that is when we are going to react to the same report. So for now, like in terms of what caused the collapse, we cannot tell much until that report is shared.
However, the Bombay drainage has also been turned into a dump site, and others have connected sewer to the drainage. Residents with houses on the boundary of the Bombay drainage have this to say.
baja bakabwera baja bakanso bamene munafa akabo bamabwera otiripirisa kapena bantu ndiye chamene bamayopa mukati umukutaisa mabini ni 20 kwacha ka 25 kg manje muntu asakirepo vakudya asakire ya mabini ndiye chamene chimalengesa kambiri kuleta kuno bantu
so bakabike fixed amount so that abantu balekwanisha abantu ichilenga sometimes okana kulapozera mu drainage mulando wakati mitengo balekwerekisha so ngabana chako mtengo babika na fixed amount yako ati abantu ngabayisa na receipt batupira ngamwalipira o ni 10 kwacha ngani monthly bara ndacho monthly mukala kwacha 50 kwacha bambakula kwacha ni monthly so that abantu bale kokuposa mu drainage
energy mwandi tamvera buno nda amanzi siyankalira amanyumba mungafiti kuno kuside stibutika manje problem ilipo na natera mabini achitaova na sometimes muko mepeza choro pado bakufakirani stifa kama masaka banyamula bakuba masaka
zambotera mwamene umwe ushenboza zambotera mwamene umbe siwabwera wakanso siwabwera ma 5 kwacha mazingati ma 10 keke vonse tinavo.
But Ngwerele Ward Councillor Adrian Banda says the residents should not complain about where to dump waste when the subscription was reduced from 40 kwacha to 30 kwacha.
We purchased a tractor for garbage collection, and in 2016 I found that the fees for the same was very high. It was at 40 kwacha, and I reduced from 40 to 20 kwacha. Meaning also we have got partners in the same waste management who act on behalf of the Lusaka City Council, who are CBEs, community-based enterprises, and they are also our partners. So in terms of the fees, we are fine. So that the community always complain about the subscription, but what I've seen on the ground, according to what I've analyzed, is the CBEs. It's not everyone has good transport, so I'm urging them again. All the CBEs in my ward, please find transport.
The Bombay drainage is 28 kilometers, which starts from Kamala Trading Area to Maziopa Compound. Victoria Yambani, Dama News.
Although former Barclays Bank Zambia Limited and now Absa Bank employee Pamela Gondo remains a fugitive and placed on among over 6,000 wanted suspects worldwide, she has continued to make news. Last year, the Drug Enforcement Commission DEC disclosed that it had informed the International Criminal Police Organization Interpol about Pamela's crime of $400,000, 250,000 kwacha, 22,000 euros and 1,200 British pounds belonging to Absa Bank. Since then, the search has not yielded any positive results. However, last year in 2021, Absa Bank Zambia Limited applied for leave to serve a court process on Ms. Gondwe for non-payment of a staff housing loan facility worth 271,102 kwacha. The bank demanded payment of the same money owed to it, or in the alternative, an order for foreclosure, possession and sale of the mortgaged property, subdivision number 2260 of lot number 1052/M Lusaka, in order to recover the amount. According to an affidavit in support of originating summons, the bank then said on June 16, 2020, that it entered into a staff housing loan facility agreement to advance Ms. Gondwe the said loan at 240,000 kwacha together with interest. It said it was a term of the housing facility that Ms. Gondwe would liquidate the advance sum together with interest in 240 consecutive monthly installments for a period of 20 years until June 21st, 2030. Absa Bank stated that it was further agreed that the loan facility would be secured by a loan mortgage of subdivision number 2260 of lot number 1052M Lusaka in order to recover the said amount. However, Ms. Gondwe breached the terms of the housing facility agreement by refusing or neglecting to make monthly payments as agreed. The bank, in an affidavit in support of expertise summons for an order for leave to serve by way of substituted service, said that it had failed to personally serve the court documents on Ms. Gondwe as she was still in hiding. Arising from that, High Court Judge Lamek Mwale has ordered Ms. Gondwe to pay her former employers the said money. Mr. Mwale says this is because the respondent has neglected to enter appearance nor file any process in opposition to the applicant's action. The judge has further ordered that Ms. Gondwe pays the bank the judgment sum plus interest within 45 days, failure to which the applicant shall be at liberty to take possession and sell the mortgaged property. Darius Jonya, Jamo News.